Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on January 4, 2023. Kellyanne Conway told January 6 committee that Trump only fears one person. The Independent, Kellyanne Conway says only person Trump reserves fear for is Melania. Makiivka strike. What we know about the deadliest attack on Russian troops since Ukraine war began. The Guardian, Russia's campaign against Ukraine not generating desired effect among Russian nationalists. Euronews, Russia-Ukraine war news, live updates. The New York Times, Russia suffers worst ever military losses in Makiivka. All about the deadly strike and why so many fatalities. News 18, Russia's campaign against Ukraine not generating desired effect among Russian nationalists. AOC reveals why she was chatting with GOP opponent who fantasized about killing her in anime video. The Independent, AOC, up to McCarthy whether he wants to approach Democrats to save his speakership. MSNBC, what Matt Gaetz and AOC talked about during Kevin McCarthy's speaker vote. The Intercept, AOC praised for patient smiling and nodding while talking to GOP opponent who posted anime of him killing her. The Independent, GOP Representative Nancy Mace blasts, D-lister, Matt Gaetz over opposition to McCarthy. Every house a fortress. Wagner leader counts cost as Russia stalls in Bakhmut. The Guardian, Russia fighting for weeks to capture a single home, says Wagner head as he hits out at lack of equipment. The Telegraph, Wagner Group chief impassive as Russian casualties soar in Ukraine. The Times, Russia making slow progress in fortress, Bakhmut, Wagner boss Prigozhin. The Moscow Times, Russia facing difficulties capturing Bakhmut, says Wagner leader on visit to frontline, video. Vietnamese boy trapped in pillar has limited hope for survival. BBC, hope fades for boy, 10, trapped inside deep pit in Vietnam. The Independent, rescuers in Vietnam battle to save boy trapped in construction site. The Guardian, Vietnam rescuers battle to save boy, 10, stuck in concrete pile. Al Jazeera English, hope fading for Vietnamese boy trapped in concrete shaft. Japanese government offers families 1 million yen a child to leave Tokyo. The Guardian, World Business Watch, Japan offering 1 million yen per child to head off from Tokyo IWION. WION, more countries are trying to get workers to leave cities. Quartz, families offered more than £6,000 per child to move out of Tokyo. The Telegraph, Japan offers higher financial incentives to households to move out of Tokyo. COVID News, live, China threatens retaliation over travel rules as 70% of Shanghai infected. The Independent, EU set to demand pre-departure COVID testing for travelers from China. Financial Times, EU countries near deal on bloc-wide response to China's COVID escalation. Politico Europe, European Union set to ask passengers from China to take COVID tests. Bloomberg, French PM says COVID tests for travelers from China will continue. Openly transgender woman executed for first time in US history. Sky News, woman set to be first openly transgender person to be executed in US history. Evening Standard, openly transgender woman set to be executed for the first time in US history. Sky News, transgender Missouri inmate scheduled to be executed Tuesday. European weather, winter heat records smashed all over continent. BBC, ski resorts forced to shut as Europe starts new year with record-breaking temperatures. Sky News, the most extreme heat wave ever seen in Europe, warm January topples records. The Independent, January temperature records smashed across Europe, Channel 4 News. Channel 4 News, European cities break temperature records as warm winter holds. Russia's war on Ukraine latest, Russia blames cell phones for strike. Reuters, Ukrainian soldiers mark New Year, Russia-Ukraine war updates, Ukraine News, English News Live. CNN News 18, anger grows in Russia over Ukraine's New Year's Day strike on Russian troops. CNN, Ukraine carries out deadly attacks against Russian forces. PBS NewsHour, January 3, 2023 Russia-Ukraine news. It's not over for Kevin McCarthy's House Speaker bid, here's why. BBC, House adjourns without choosing Speaker after Republican revolt. BBC, US House in chaos as Kevin McCarthy fights to become Speaker. The Times, opinion, why Kevin McCarthy's dream is in big trouble. Makiivka, Russia blames missile attack on troops' phone use. BBC, Ukraine war, Russian military under fire for high death toll at Makiivka, DW News. DW News, Russia-Ukraine war live, Moscow revises Makiivka death toll to 89, Zelensky reiterates warning of new Russian offensive. The Guardian, Makiivka, Russia points fingers after deadliest Ukraine attack. BBC, up to 400 Russian soldiers killed in Ukraine missile strike, BBC News. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.